Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the shape builder. And we are going to build a few designs with shapes and the shape builder. So let's go ahead and get that started. So we are going to talk about the shape builder, which is this shape right here. The shape that I'm pointing at, which is the shape of a cloud and a mouse. And if you need to pull up the shape builder quickly on your keyboard, is Shift M to pull that up quickly. We are going to talk about the shape builder in different shapes, and we're going to make these shapes right here. We're going to make these shapes right here. I'm going to show you how to make these shapes quickly and also creating these two different shapes using your shape builder. I'm going to keep it pretty simple here just to show you guys how to maneuver the shape builder and how to maneuver your shapes. And then later on, you have a lot of time to do so to practice on your own. All right, so in the very first beginning, we are going to make the shape, which is this shape right here, which is the cloud. So to do that, it's pretty easy. You just use your ellipse tool. Remember, with the ellipse tool, you press Shift to get a perfect circle. If you need to change up the fill inside the fill to change it up, go ahead on your property side, change the fill, and to change it, if you don't want to add a stroke but just want to add a regular stroke just to see what you're doing here, just do that and boom, you have your circle without a fill on the inside. All right, so since I'm going to make the cloud, let's go ahead and create this. The cloud is pretty easy. You just duplicate your circles, especially if you want to make it even. Just go ahead and duplicate it. Duplicate it is Windows C, copy, and Windows V, paste. All right, so I need another set here. You can make it bigger. Just hold Shift to make it a bit bigger, and also to have your perfect circle. Make sure you copy the entire thing because you want the entire thing. And now you're going to go on your shape builder here. Again, it's Shift M. You click on that. And once you hover over it, you can see the changes, how it's shaded until the change that you want. So let's say if I want to connect these three together, I do that because I don't want that line in the middle, so it connects it. And if you need to go back to your design, Windows Z to go back. And just to connect them together, you just make a line and boom, you have a cloud. So let's say you want to add a different version of this cloud. You want something different like I have right here because I made this one and I made this one. So if you want to change it up and hey, I want my cloud to look different, you basically do the same thing. Shift, copy and paste. You just want to line them up differently. And again, if you want to keep the same one, you can move up your design however you want into your space. It's your space. You do as you please. And you bring it in. You click on the same thing right here. And boom, now you have a different shape. So you just need to play around with it. This is pretty easy. And play around with it. Add different ways if you want to change it up. It's your design. You're the creator. You choose whatever that you want to choose. And if you want to connect them and make a bigger cloud, you can. So you see what I just did right now? Because trying to move them, you want to have them moved together. So go back, make sure you select the entire thing. You right click on your mouse and you group them. So now you have them both connected together and they won't move. And now you have a cloud. So now if you want to add in a color, Let's say this is a color that you want to add. You add in your color. If you want to make your stroke bigger, you're welcome to do so. Again, you are the creator. If you want to add gradients, you add your gradient. I already had this gradient here, so I'm going to show you where your gradient is. So if you click on your left side here, you see your panels, the gradient section right here. If you click on it, it'll show you the gradient. It'll show up. Press G on your keyboard and you have that. So now you have the different gradients. Once you click on your design, you have your design right here with your gradient. You change the colors, different color that you want. So let's say you want purple clouds. That's cool. You double click and you add your colors. So let's say, hey, I want this side to have more color, more lighter color or darker color. And if you need to change the way that your gradient are, you go on top here, you click on linear, you have radial, and you have freeform. So there's different shapes, different ways that you want to add in your colors. And again, you are the creator. Create and use it however you like. So this is the easiest way to make these clouds using your shape builder. All right, so now let's go ahead and make a heart like I made right here. Again, it's pretty easy to create a heart. This one now we are going to use our shape builder. Again, you can use your rectangle tool. Let's go ahead and make this red since it's going to be a heart. All right. So now remember last time I showed you guys how to change the shape of your design. So if you want to round up the corners, that little circle right here in between, that's where you go and change it. So if you just want to change one side, remember you have to press on your direct selection. You click on the one side and you change the one corner. If you want to change the entire thing, make sure you click on the entire thing and change the entire thing. So now we are going to change it. The easiest, fastest way for me to change something, if you know what you're doing or where you want to put it, you see your mouse right here, your mouse change it into this half circle. You just flip it and you make it a little bit smaller. You play around with it. Now again, copy and paste. You have it in the same exact way. You change it up again and you move it. You see it right here. You can tell right here in the beginning, you can tell, okay, maybe I have a heart. It's almost there. You can almost see it, right? So now you make sure you select your entire design. And again, once you select your entire design, you can kind of tell the shapes right here. You go back to your tool, to your shape building tool. And you have to make sure you click on your shape builder tool, and now it's shaded. You see how it's shaded right here? And there you have it. So you see, okay, I don't see anything. I don't see any changes. You have to make sure you delete it. When you press that, oops, everything deleted. So let's go back. You press it, you delete. And now you want to add in the entire thing and make it even. And again, always make sure you have your entire thing selected or it's not going to work, and you change it. Another way that I can show you here, this is just for you if you just want to see exactly what I'm doing here. So let's say you've learned everything and you just want to do something pretty quick. Let's go ahead and do it again. You round your corners. And now you can go ahead and click on Object, Transform. And here you have your move, rotate, reflect, scale, and shear. Reflect, if you want it reflected 90 degrees. So it's not going to do anything. I just realized because it's just reflecting. I meant rotate if you need to rotate it. So right now it's not negative 90 and you need to rotate it this way. You can do that. Again, is if you need the perfect precision, and that's what you're looking for. You need perfect precision. The best way to go is to transform, rotate. If you want to move it, perfect, precision, again, you're welcome to use that. That's if you're advanced and you're looking to have everything precise. But if you don't, you just want to practice for now, just flip it. You copy and paste the same way. You rotate, copy and paste. Windows C is copy, Windows V is paste. So now you have them. Make sure you select the entire thing. And I'm just making a different type of hearty because you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, you can shape it however you choose to do so. Go back to your shape builder and hold shift. And you have an upside down heart. That's your design. You choose to do whatever you want to do with it. Go back to your selection tool. Select the one that you need to press. Click again. Go back. And voila. You have your heart. You have two completely different hearts. And again, if you want to connect them together, to group them, right click, group. Join is the same way, but let's stick to group right now. If you need to add different layers, remember you go into your create new layer. You click on the one that you want to switch and you add them in different layers. So now they're in different layers on top of each other. If you want to switch how they are, you just flip them and you flip the layers based on if you want to put them in front or back, or you right click again and you go to arrange. You see transform right here. It's also right here. Arrange, bring to front, bring forward, send backwards, send back. Just play around with it so you can see exactly, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is where I want my design. And sometimes it doesn't work the exact same way. Sometimes you just have to play with it because especially now it's already there. So if you now you send it back. Those tools are there to practically help you. There's different ways to do something. So let's say you want to mess with it and you want to see what you can do with the design. Go under your properties tool, your pathfinder, and boom, now you've just connected your heart and you just made a design. Let's say you want to make a pattern, you want to add extra onto your design, right? You want to repeat it. You can do this. You just made a whole lot more. You go back into object, repeat, grid. You just made, look at that. You just made different ones. Go back to object, repeat. If you needed mirrored, mirrored is exactly the same way, the same path. It's even. And you just double click, it's connected. You just mess with it. And if you need to transform it, transform. If you need to reflect, reflect vertically, transform, reflect horizontally, vertically is the same way, reflect by angles. You can do that. If you need to rotate, it rotates. So you just play around with it. And if it doesn't work the first time, keep trying. Try again, because you're never going to get it the exact way that you need the very first time. Sometimes it does work. I've done designs that I've created pure accident. I was just messing with something and I was like, oh, let me see what I can do with this. Let me see what I can do with this. So I just keep changing it up, adding different colors, and boom, I created something. Sometimes I forget how I get there. Sometimes you just don't remember how you get there, and just make sure you save it. You save your design if you love it. The best way sometimes to find something, let's say you trying to find exactly what you did, type in help here. When you go to your files, you go to history. Your history, it goes back into everything that you did. Everything I just did, it goes right back. So that's your Windows Z. It actually shows you exactly where everything is. If you want to add it onto your screen, you just add it onto your screen and then there you go. You just leave it there. So This is how to create shapes. Play around with your shapes. I'm going to show you a different one, how to create these shapes right here. They're pretty cool. That's not using the tool, the shape builder tool is just for you to use with your shapes. So let's say I want to create a rectangle. I have the rectangle right here. Effect, distort and transform. You go to pucker and bloat. Sometimes you just play around with it and it gives you different forms. So I want to create the full leaf clover. You see how it is right here, 82. Write them down. You may forget. Write it onto a little piece of sticky note on your computer. Write it on your notes. 82 gives me a full leaf clover. Let's say I want to add something different here. There's a little button at the end. If you can see it, it's right here. When you click on it, make sure you select your design. You can simplify the corners. You can add extra points. You can smooth it out and it'll just distort it because you just distort it. That's a distort and pucker for you. Just play around with it. A circle. That's not a circle. I apologize. A square. Go back. Pucker and bloat. 60. And now I have a 3-leaf clover. So I just did that. And now if you want to add something extra and change it up, there you go. You change the size. You change the pattern. If you want to add another one, copy and paste. And there you have it. Now you have all your layers, 3 things into one layer. So just remember to keep them organized. Make sure you create new layers each time for your designs. So let's say, all right, we're going to check out this one right here. So I created that design with the star tool. You have the star tool right here. The star tool has how many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change it up here so you guys can see it better. If you want to change up your star tool, make your star tighter, you can do that. Now I want to add in extra points. So let's say I want to add in 8 to make my flower. You did this. Let me show you exactly where I found this. See this right here? There's a little plus and minus. Once you click on it, you'll see it. This means you add in points into your design. Make sure you click on it and it adds in points. You add in extra points into your stars. So I have that right here. I have my points, effect, distort and transform, pucker and bloat. Let's say I want to add 62. And there you have it. You have flowers. You want to make your flowers. Boom, you have your flowers. You want to add colors onto your flowers. And I have that. And now you have a flower. And now look at that. You have a design. You didn't even have to make a bunch of stuff together and connect them. That's pretty easy. If you need to group, again, you can do Pathfinder. It goes back. So make sure when you mess with things, make sure you know what you're doing. Right click, group, and there you have it. You have your things connected. And again, I just messed with something here in the properties. I click front, click to minus front. And again, it's your design. Mess with it, change it up, see what it does. And if you don't know, keep going back and practice. Practice, research. Being a creative is all about researching, practicing, creating new things, and see what you can come up with. And again, let's say I want to create this Pac-Man right there. I'm going to do that with the circle. The ellipse tool. Press shift to have your perfect circle. And you see this right here. This path right here. Those are the ellipse properties. And voila, it changed it up for you. You just made a cool design. If you want to close it, you can do that. If you want to open it, you can. It also gives you the angles of the pies. Angle 73. But that's if you want to do all, if you don't want to do all that. If you just want to see exactly, okay, I have the exact number of what I'm doing. Come back here, change it. That's it. If you want to mess with your path, now you just did something. You just did a design. Simplify it again. Lessen the points. Change it up. Play around with your design and see what you can come up with. And this last one right here, I'm going to show you. This is a different type of flower. I created that with the hexagon right here, which is the polygon tool. You have this right there. So bring it into effect the same way, distort and transform, pucker and bloat. Let's say I want to keep it 72. Now you have another flower. This is a different type of flower. If you want to mess with your flower, and now you have the same flower, you just found a different way to do it. If you forgot how to get there, you just, hey, I forgot how to get there. Boom. Now I have another flower. And if I want to create something else, let's say I want to repeat. You find that under your object. Radial, I have many flowers. And they're all perfect right here. You don't have to place. You don't have to do anything. You just change it up. And you add more of it there. Change it up. Windows Z if you need to change it. If you need to move. If you need to move your design and align them. Remember, under your properties, this is where you go. So if you need to move them, again, if you need to mess with it, repeat, mirror, and now you have the perfect one right next to it. And you can add it to whatever you want to do. So now they're connected. If you need to go back, Windows Z to go back and get your design. All right, guys, this is going to be a short video. Just wanted to show you guys how to create a certain images, a certain designs. Very simple. So just play around with it. Remember, you're a beginner. Take that time and learn and practice and be kind to yourself. If you don't understand it the very first time, that's okay. That's what you're there for, to learn. You're learning on your own. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that wants to do this. You also want to have fun. You don't want to be frustrated. You're frustrated, take a pause. Go watch a video. Come back to this video. Come back to the other videos that I have. Rewatch something. Pause. You can also go back to YouTube and slow down the video if it's too fast for you. I try my best to make it as short as I can and slow as I can. But sometimes things happen and some people learn differently, and that's okay. Practice. Have fun. See you in the next video, friends.